There.
Hey, everybody.
Sheila's husband needs prayers for rehabilitation. Christy from Dahlonega, where Zoe decided to pass out.
You're not going to let me live it down.
No. Sheila Phelps is a different name because she's watching on tablet.
Oh.
She doesn't email, but she wants to know how to buy her cake and some cake pups. Pups. I said pups. We don't have cake pups.
Oh, Sheila,
We have snowball pups.
Do you do Facebook? You can message me on Facebook. If she don't do email, that would be a way to get a hold of me.
Well, the cake pucks can be ordered on the website, but if she's wanting a full cake
for when she comes,
you'd have to figure that
out. Yeah.
Hey, Miss Londa. And Tom, if Tom's listening.
Tom's listening. Well, how is everybody's week so far? How is your week so far?
Mine? You know how my week is.
They don't.
Oh, well, you didn't say tell them how my week is.
I'm going to create a conversation here.
Patty just came from Staten Island.
Oh.
I'm just scrolling through the comments. So
I'm so sorry that our lighting is terrible tonight.
Tell them why our lighting's terrible, Zoe.
Because Zoe gets my normal light that I use is in the back of in the back seat of the truck, and Mackenzie is going to church in her truck.
In my truck. That's not her truck.
In the truck.
Oh, I thought you said in her truck. I was like, no. Look, we're live. If you wanted to watch us.
Yeah, no. I'm there. I'm not square.
Oh, I'm getting through some more comments.
So we're using this little bitty tiny one that I've got rigged up over here. And it's not
terrible though.
It's not. It's just I feel
like not our usual light
on the top of your head.
Well, you said my head was crooked, so maybe the light will reflect off of it.
You need some powder like Dr. Phil uses. Live from the toilet.
Does that mean he's sitting on the toilet? Does that mean he's sitting on the toilet?
Are you on the toilet? Oh, I remember why.
Why?
You told him this was our shower curtain.
So that was a joke. I didn't know what that meant.
Look at the left.
Linda wants to know how everyone's doing. Zoe, you look so pretty tonight. Oh, look, Catherine said the same thing. How about that?
That's so sweet.
Isn't that a coincidence?
It's so sweet. I just took a shower. That's why my hair is wet.
Jennifer has been binge watching Hoarders.
Oh, I like Hoarders.
Zoe, you look beautiful.
They're striking my ego.
That was not Loma speaking. That was me. We're going to have high winds tonight through tomorrow. We're going to have a nor'easter here through Friday.
What is a nor'easter?
Storm, but don't ask me what it means. All I know is that.
You know that seeing that word, what it made me think about?
What?
Something that's not even associated with it. Rhett asked me today, how do you say little without the TTL or without the TT in it? I want to say little. I want to say little without
little.
Little.
Like L-I-L?
Yeah, he couldn't figure that out. How to say little without the
What? Where did that even come from?
I have no idea.
Is Farmer Rhett on summer vacation yet?
He is. Today was their first day of summer.
Did we post it on the farm page, his little graduation picture? I think we did.
Oh, I need to show him what I sent you today.
Janet said the light's not that bad.
It's all right. It's not as bright as I was used to.
Tornadoes and rain and hail. Reba got a new roof on her house today. Arkansas's been a mess. I was texting Kevin Grounds yesterday because it was headed here. No, it was day before yesterday. No, it was yesterday morning.
Yeah, we were supposed to get storms.
It was yesterday morning, and I asked him, did they do all right? And he said, yeah, they, he told me something minor. I don't want to say it because he might have a video about it. I don't know. But he was just updating, and he said, did y'all? And I said, well, we don't get it till tonight. And I had that same conversation with Brandon the other day. They had another close call, and I was like, man, this spring has been wild.
It has. It's been very
we always have spring storms.
Yeah.
That's not unexpected. This is tornado season here, but it's just been wild.
Yeah, but
it's been something.
What we were expecting between midnight and 2 a.m.
Yeah, we
dissipated, and now North Alabama took a good hit.
Mm-hmm.
But it dissipated in our area. We could hear it thundering, but we never got it.
Sarah's son, Kenny, graduated college on Saturday at age 35.
All right.
And it's time for his master's.
Ooh, my goodness. Kelly works with developmentally disabled adults, and it's been a long week. I bet it has. Everybody's anticipating summer.
Can you type in the website for Sheila?
I sure can.
She said, what is the website? So type
I bet Londa could get us there. See, we ain't talking.
You're typing. And I'm checking your spell.
Good. So let me tell them. So we went and took, yesterday was Barnerett's last day of kindergarten, and they did not get to do a graduation. So his teacher had a little graduation party of her own.
I've got to scroll all the way down to get to that comment so I can pin it, and I'm going to miss comments.
There, Londa put it.
Look, Londa had it.
Oh, it says it didn't go through anyway. Oh, there it is. I don't know why I did it twice. Okay, anyway. So he got to have a little graduation party at school. But tonight we went and did some pictures in a cap and gown of him and some of his little friends that are his age. So I snapped a little picture and sent it to Nick, told him that that's what we were doing right then. And so I got on this little app on my phone and I said, take this picture and make it freaking awesome. Because I know, those words make it emphasized, right? So I need to show them this picture, and I just love it so much. But you have to take that off the screen.
Chris going to bed early. Picked up his mom from the airport at 1:30 a.m.
Oh, goodness.
I was scrolling back. I was behind on comments, but I didn't know how long you may be talking about something. What are you wanting?
Did you hear anything I said?
Yes, I heard everything you said.
Okay, then do what I said, please.
I didn't hear the last part.
Can you take that bar off the screen?
Yes. I'm trying to read people's comments while you're being rude.
At this freaking awesome picture. Look at that kid. Ain't that the cutest?
Oh, you almost had it clear.
I can't ever do it.
Almost. That doesn't help.
Well, I've seen Jason do that.
He put his hand over the light.
Anyway, look at that. Ain't that the most adorable thing you ever did see? It took Barnett and put him in a really cool background.
Christian and family content surprised I'm still awake. Well, he sent us a message checking on the storms, and he knows I was awake at 1:30.
Yeah. You at some point said, I hear it thundering, but it's not raining.
Yeah.
And I don't think it ever did.
Lisa messed up her veggie garden. She planted 7 squash plants and 7 cucumber plants. My garden is all the way out all over the yard.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Who needs that much squash?
Oh.
Well, We eat a lot of squash, but it's easy to grow, so we always grow it.
We always grow a lot.
And we always grow cucumbers, and nobody eats cucumbers but Chance.
Yep. But
Zoe makes pickles.
He eats every one of them.
Zoe makes pickles.
I do, but I don't eat cucumbers.
Lorraine said Tornado Alley has sure lived up to its name over the last week. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, they call it Dixie Alley here. It's not too far behind. Farm Girl had another close call with a tornado Friday night. It hit a horseman's camp with campers in it.
Oh, I got her email. I got your email, and I just haven't responded yet because I was going to show you her pictures she sent me.
They have been fairly dry this year. Yeah, there it is. Oklahoma and Dixie Alley's been getting hammered. We've been pretty fortunate so far. We've had a lot of close calls around us.
Yeah.
Howdy from Central Texas. A lot of hot, dry weather for dawn. Simple Grower said howdy. Lots of hellos.
They like his picture.
They said that's a freaking awesome picture.
Yeah.
You need to frame that one. Nick heard everything Zoe said except the thing after I want to. Yeah, pretty much. I was trying to read comments.
What you gonna do for Labor Day?
That's Memorial Day. Yeah. Labor Day's in fall, but true. I know what they meant.
We were supposed to have a baseball tournament Saturday, but that got changed to tomorrow night.
Yeah, it's just a practice game tomorrow night. It was a warm-up tournament, but
so we I don't know. What are we gonna do? We're gonna work on fence.
Doing squat.
Yeah, you will. We'll work on fence.
I never knew anything would take. Oh, and it all did. Still haven't put the cantaloupe in yet. Where are they gonna go?
That's a good problem to have, though.
Judy Cole said hi after she told me I had a crooked head.
Well, she just told you your head is crooked. Huh. There's Jones Christie.
Oh, she did repeat it. She told me in the comments my head was crooked. Actually, she said, you ain't wrong.
Is listening and reading like she was
locked out just in time to catch the live. What?
Is reading and talking the same as chewing gum and walking?
No, I have absolutely no problem with chewing gum and walking. And listening and reading is not that bad. It's just
when he hears my voice, his ears turn.
At times when Zoe's talking, it just kind of faces out. Like Charlie Brown's teacher.
So he says that. Right. So later he's going to say, you didn't tell me.
You have conversations in your head.
You didn't tell me.
That we don't have.
You say that. You just told them when I talk, you phase it out. So,
sometimes, I said.
So that's part of that.
Yeah, but you have conversations in your head that you say you texted.
Listen, they don't want to hear this. They don't want to hear it.
Yes, yeah, they do.
They're going to side with me.
Not if they know you. Rhett is so happy. Could use some prayers. Laid my father to rest yesterday.
I'm so sorry. I know how that is.
Cowboy Short was riding a bicycle, horse.
Wearing his cowboy hat in Oklahoma with his thumbs in the air.
I reckon that's what it is.
Is that what he did? He took his hat and he went, howdy.
I reckon. Howdy from West Michigan. See, they gave you a howdy back. Loma said they had a drunk tornado in Texas. It went east and turned and went west, then turned and went north.
Oh, man, it was confused.
Farmer Rhett's just a mini version of Nick. I'd like to see a pic of little Nick and Rhett side by side. Oh, Zoe made one of those one time.
A picture of them when they was a baby. Yes, he is definitely Nick's blood.
Hurricanes are like being stalked by a turtle. You get plenty of time to prepare. Tornadoes more like bam, there goes your house. That can. I think they said yesterday or last night that he said they average 10 to 15 minutes warning now with the technology that they have.
He did. And he was going to be tried to be better about it.
Well, I'm going to read Lisa's first, but
Okay.
I saw one below it. How's Bruno? Is he getting any more social? I don't see him much now. You should see him soon when we finish the pasture. You should see him more, but he's a little bit more social, but he still won't let you touch him.
No, he's very curious.
He wants to watch what you're doing.
He does, and he'll get kind of close to see. He does it with the goats when we let the goats graze. If the goats are in his pasture, he gets real close to them to see what they're doing, and then when they move, he runs. But he wants to know what's going on.
So, what was I doing over there? Oh, I was tightening one of the wires back up. And he got, I don't know, a couple of feet from me and stuck his nose out. And I was reaching real slow. His nose was still stuck out there like he was sniffing me. But when I got my hand close, he took off and ran all the way around the pasture. He had the zoomies, went all the way around. And I was like, he's getting better. He's going to get there.
Yeah.
The law said it is all my fault. He got stuck on AI baby shorts this past week.
I sent you one.
Yeah, I saw it.
Bad guy in little coat. What's that movie?
But that was not the scene.
No, but what was that movie?
Tommy Boy.
Yeah, it was one from Tommy Boy. That would be so funny to see him do that. I need to look that one up.
You sound like me and my husband. He tunes me out most of the time. I don't tune her out as much as she thinks. We have not looked at the gardens at my son's place.
Oh, goodness.
This
might get there, and it's got all kind of stuff.
Jones Christie found a house in Tennessee. She'll be renting, but she'll be there.
Good.
Is the baseball team going to be okay financially?
Thank you, Mr. Jim. We've had a few people who have donated, and we turned in our donations.
So let me say this, so we'll say it right.
Yes, do that,
please.
Yeah, because I was stumbling.
There was a set amount that they asked. I won't go on the rant. I hinted a little bit at it that our town really, really messed our boys up. There was a set amount that they asked to come from each player, and they said, do it through donations. Don't come out of pocket. If you have trouble with the donations, just let us know. We just finished it off as a farm donation.
Right.
How about that? And I'll leave it at that. But yes, Mr. Jim, we appreciate everybody that helped with those boys. Some of those boys may not quite make that amount, so we kicked in as a farm donation. Does that make sense? Did that sound right? Okay. Without saying too much. If I feel like if you give too much information or you start putting exact amounts out there and things, I think it delves more close to begging at that point.
I don't.
And you shouldn't do that. I don't think that should involve our audience here. And Jones Christie, supportive as always. She's always supportive of everything.
Coghill donated.
And there were others. I just don't exactly know all.
Yeah, not without pulling
that come in. Well, it comes in names, and then it'll be like a username, and I'm like, I don't know who that person is, but it'll be in their real name.
Yeah.
And then it throws me off some. Anyway. Julia Stabman Studio loves your protege.
She's gonna enjoy watching me working it when we get some brown stuff in there.
Julia had some tornadoes in Greenville, Tennessee, but no one was hurt. That's a good thing. Nick and Zoe, my brother-in-law was on his way to work yesterday and slipped on the front porch, fell flat on his back, and fractured his L2 in 3 places. Surgery on Friday. We will definitely keep that in our prayer list.
Lorraine's gonna like that new fence. She said it's gonna look awesome.
It will. You know,
I'm itchy because I'm sunburned.
We have not filled Zoe's bed yet because we can't get a delivery for all the rain. The only day it was sunny, he was not available to bring it. So that's a little bit behind.
He was, but the ground is too soft for that heavy.
To back up to it, yeah. All right. Let me try to get caught back up here. Prayers for all who need them and those who don't know that they need them as always.
Ooh, I like that.
Yep. So, the video. Y'all have been on me since the first fence we put up after they got the driver. Every time we put anything up, somebody comments, you need to get the post driver from Jason.
Yeah.
Every time without fail, I'm always going to have somebody say it. And I don't mind them saying it. I know it's coming. Anytime we drive a post.
But Nick,
I hate borrowing stuff because I'm always afraid it's going to tear up while I got it. I'm convinced of it. Something's going to happen.
Place it and it still ain't yours.
Yeah, I would have to buy one and it still ain't mine. So I'm always convinced that something's going to happen to it while I have it. But I finally gave in and went and got that thing. And you were talking about a game changer. Oh my gosh. Even Zoe was able to carry it around the fence. Y'all saw, I mean, I had it sped up, so it was really fast. But you saw Zoe drive one, pick it up over her head, and move to the next one. It is not, it's lighter than the other driver.
Yeah. We figured out a system. You would do your steps and hold it. And then once you were set, I would come in and go straight to the post, and you would line it up and I'd hammer.
Linda in Kentucky, close to her, Morganfield, Kentucky, had several deaths and damage, 30 to 40 homes level Friday. Was it London, Kentucky? I saw on the news. Was that what the town was?
London, yeah.
That fence is such a blessing for your cows.
It's going to be wonderful.
They will like that area so much better. It's probably close to 3 times the size of the pasture they're in. And it's got trees for shade and all that good stuff. So they are really going to like it.
Yeah.
I knew Jason wouldn't mind lending it. That's the type of people they are. Would it work with 2 people holding it? It probably would, but it's just as easy with one.
Yeah, I don't think it's meant for 2.
No, but you could have a hold of the other handle if you had to, but it's not necessary.
No, the trigger's super easy.
It is lighter than the manual driver that I have.
Yes, for sure.
And it's got a motor on it.
Yeah.
My manual driver is super heavy. So, yeah, but I knew he wasn't going to mind. Brooke had actually asked several times too.
So he told you over.
Just like y'all did. I mean, y'all be in the comments and Brooke would say, come get this driver. So I just sent him a text and I told y'all in the video, the only answer I got back was sure.
And you knew that.
I knew he
as long
as it wasn't busy. I wanted to make sure that I wasn't throwing short notice on him, so I was asking for this weekend. I wasn't asking to use it Monday. I just didn't want it to be short notice. And he asked, he's like, when today? I'm like, well, no, I wouldn't do that short of notice on you whenever you're not using it. He said, well, I'm not using it today. Lori said, hey, Chestnuts.
Hey, Lori.
How is Tinsel? I told you I'd never forget his name.
Tinsel is doing
Tinsel's great.
Fine. I haven't shown them lately, but I told you today we needed to do an update on them.
Yeah, we will do an update on Obi especially.
Yes.
Zoe did. Y'all don't think she wasn't thinking about it. She did send me a message today with a picture and said we need to update them on Obi.
Yep.
While you were pounding the post from the truck, I have to admit I was holding get the side by side. Guess you could. Well, hey Catherine.
Hey Kayla.
Somebody else asked me today why I didn't use the side by side. Somebody at work.
What did you tell them?
And I told them, I said, the brakes aren't good. I needed to be precise on where we stopped. I need to do a brake job on the side by side.
I can see you now going, whoa, 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 whoa,
and
whoa.
Well, if you pulled up and I said, whoa, and it didn't stop, and we went by it, then it ain't done me any good. Yeah. So I was like, no. And Zoe said, well, let's do it out of the truck. Oh, no, don't do that. That was
it was better. It was hurting your back so bad that I said, well, let's just walk it. It's easier just to go.
We were leaning out and down.
Then you didn't have to make sure the truck mirror wasn't hitting and all. So it's just.
Kevin said you could come get hers and use it. Honestly, walking that thing is not that bad. It's not as heavy as it looks.
Yeah, no, it really wasn't. Not for me. I'm not saying it was for you. I'm just saying I was able to lift it up over my head over and over. And I mean, it did make me tired, but.
So Zoe would kind of get a little bit of a break when she was doing it because she could drive it down.
And then let go.
And she would leave it hanging on the T-post while I stepped off the next one and got it kind of set. And then here she'd come with it. So it wasn't bad at all. A little step stool. Lord, if I'd have been up on, y'all would end up watching me fall off the step stool.
The grade is so uneven out there. It would have been a comedy hour.
No, he ain't doing no step stool out there. That'd been terrible. But we did get a lot done. Somebody said something about, while you bailed on us to go sit in the air conditioning in the school line, somebody was talking about Mackenzie being such a help. And I said, yeah, when I got my cattle prod.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. It's in the comments. I did say I was kidding, but Lisa said the farm's really coming along great.
You know what it was?
It is. Oh, my gosh. It is a long, slow process.
She was trying to earn her way to go do something.
She was. No doubt. She was trying to earn her way the next time she asked me to go somewhere and wanted to take my truck. That's what she was trying to earn. Tina finally made it live. Tina don't miss a Brandon live.
Really?
She don't miss a Brandon live.
Because Brandon goes live late.
Maybe.
I think some people don't appreciate your sense of humor. It's twisted as hers.
That's probably right.
Sometimes I don't know to appreciate it either.
Catherine brought her prod in the house and touched Tony with it. I used to threaten Rhett with it.
Shocked.
I wouldn't even have the switch on. I would just point it at Rhett and hit the trigger.
Oh, man. Well, you know what he does?
He didn't like that.
He hits the trigger and points at that Bubba.
It's probably really on, though, when he does.
It is. And you know what he does? He laughs really hard.
Rhett has this evil cackle when something like that's going on. Mr. Jim said, how are our dogs? Hope Holly is keeping everyone in line.
They're doing just fine.
Except for that might be a little bit off. Hoss keeps everybody in line.
Holly was the boss.
She was.
But Hoss has definitely stepped up and become the boss.
Because he gets on to Holly.
He does. He does not like Holly chasing after the goats or the guineas or the geese. Anything that she might want to chase, he grabs her by the tail and sets her down. He does not like it.
He grabs her by the tail and pulls downward and makes her sit when she starts chasing something. I want to get it on video one day. One day I'm going to catch it and I'm going to get it on video. But yeah, Hoss is in charge and he is a large boy. Will y'all still have a pasture to separate the boys from Cinco? Yes. We still got a good bit of time before Bruno is going to be weaned. I'm going to try to say this in a way that don't get me in too much trouble. But by the time Bruno is weaned, I hope that Cinco is pregnant again. Let's say it that way. I hope she is.
Okay.
I'm not going to do anything to prevent it.
Right now?
No. Or till weaning time. Once it's time for Bruno to wean, when we separate him from Mama, I will go ahead and separate Ferdinand.
Yes.
But if she was to become pregnant before then, I'll be happy about it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it.
Tina said, hey, now it's because he goes on later when I'm done adulting and parenting. Tina, we get it.
Y'all see how wild our lives get because we're still adulting and parenting at the same time.
Catherine said he hollered and jumped. That should have been a reel, Catherine. Just for future reference, the next time you decide to take cattle prod in the house, have cameras set up, make sure it's vertical so you can make a reel out of it. All you gotta do is walk by and set the camera up over by the wall and come in from outside, just walk by and touch him with it. Yeah. Legs, he's gonna be 4 foot tall. Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
You can hear it.
If you haven't, please hit the X on the chat box and hit the thumbs up. Oh. Did you notice one of the twin baby goats following Rhett around in the video? She follows Rhett everywhere he goes. What's Bruno baby brother's name at Cog Hill?
I can't tell you.
Catherine made a comment that her favorite part of the video, and it had a time, I think it was like 2029, and it was red. So actually, while he was doing pictures today, I was answering comments, and I saw that comment, and I scrolled to it, and I scrolled to that part, and it's where he comes up between us with the Gatorade bottle on his lips. So, y'all, it looked like he was bouncing. Let me tell you what he was doing. I didn't realize it at first. Rhett put his lips inside the bottle and created a suction, and his lips were poked out, swelled up, and he had a vacuum. And he was holding his head upside down, bouncing the bottle on his lips.
With the suction.
Yeah, that's what he was doing.
Yeah, it's never ending.
He had his entire mouth inside a Gatorade bottle. Fingers crossed, at least y'all will know about it and due date this time.
That's right.
No, we won't. I'll be looking for it, but I won't know exactly when it happened. Well, we might.
I mean, we would be able to say if it was.
We would have a closer guess. How about that? That's a boy thing for sure.
I'm thinking we might put Cinco with alpacas.
Probably.
She's been with them and she likes them. Or with the goats. She loves the goats.
Well,
she loves being with the goats.
Once we get female alpacas and have to divide all them, we're just going with a completely male pasture.
Right. But I don't want her to be by herself, and she does well with the alpacas and she does really well with the goats.
Feral Rhett. After 11 days in the hospital, I would welcome prayers for strength. Yes, ma'am, Linda. We can cover that right now. Back in the day, I was a beer tender in a rough bar, so we used a cattle prod for cow control.
Oh, wow.
Cow control. Wow. See, farm kids can entertain themselves. He no doubt can entertain himself. He will just find random stuff. Yep, lots of prayers already, Linda.
He will also find weird ways to fall asleep. He was not driving the tractor the other day.
And it was not being videoed, by the way.
He was not driving the tractor.
Mm-hmm.
He did not stop it so that he could close his eyes to go to sleep.
Well, at one point he was standing up.
Right. Talking while
And
he
leaned
was
over.
not driving the tractor.
You will never know. Cinco could be pregnant right now. I
Well,
did. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I have not noticed. Well, maybe she's coming to heat one time,
But I don't think he did anything.
but I
with it.
don't think so. Unless, well, I mean, we're not. I don't know. But if so, it's very super.
But we're not keeping it a secret. We just don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm saying I'm not preventing it. And there's probably going to be some people get mad at me about it, but I don't really care. I hope she gets pregnant before we wean him. I'm saying it.
Did you know that people encourage their cows to get pregnant after one?
Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's not like it's a hibbity doobity.
A what?
Hibbity doobity.
What is a hibbity doobity?
Like a voodoo hex kind of thing.
Are you trying to say it's not a bad thing?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Just saying the word bad's a whole lot easier than all that stuff you just said.
That word. It wasn't coming out.
God.
It wasn't coming to me.
I did something like Farmer Rhett did when I was younger. I ended up with a hickey on half my face. That's about what he was doing.
That's what prayers. It was like when he took that ball.
For a friend's son, 15-year-old Jackson, stomped by a bull at a rodeo 2 weeks ago. I have seen a lot of those, and it rarely is a good outcome. That takes some healing. Shows how far behind we are in Tassie. We only got permission for police to carry tasers. That would be a dangerous job without some way to defend yourself. I wouldn't want to do it. Not without a way to defend myself. Have y'all found out what he's allergic to?
Not yet.
He doesn't go till July.
July the 1st, I believe.
Rhett's such farmer in the making. He's a something. Look, Catherine's got a new word, hibbity doobity. I still don't know what it means, but you got one. Ferdinand needs a travel cam. Y'all also didn't think he did his business last time. He got it done twice. You got a point. I didn't think he could reach it. We didn't even look. Hibbity doobity is a Zoeism.
I reckon it was better than saying bad.
Any new Zoeisms this week? Oh gosh, not that I. Typically, when I catch one, I try to put it in the notes on my phone so I'll remember to tell y'all. There were probably some, yes. Zoe was full of questions this morning.
Oh goodness.
Various things. Oh gosh, you had me explaining all kinds of stuff to you this morning, so but none of it was really Zoeisms. I just said that I didn't know. You had a lot of baseball terms and things like that you were asking this morning.
You were saying things I didn't know.
It wasn't really a Zoeism though. It was just lots of questions. I'm totally stealing that. Hibbity doobity. You're probably going to hear that again.
I like it. It's better than bad.
The London, Kentucky was in the same line as Morganfield the same night when I said that. I don't know what Jim said, Christy. That's right. I don't know what Jones Christy said, but she says her memory's better than mine. Oh, her memory's better than mine. Nothing makes me chuckle like watching a bad guy do the Superman after being tased. I kind of enjoy those videos myself. Surprised that Farmer Rhett hasn't made an appearance.
He's asleep.
He's probably asleep. He was eating dinner before the live and he was falling asleep eating. And I said, "You gonna take a nap during the live?" And yeah, he was pretty much out already. Along the lines of prayer, would you guys mind very much praying for me? I have a dreaded root canal tomorrow and not a great history with them. Ugh. Yes, Lori, I will. My buddy had a root canal the other day before baseball practice. And he had to come coach baseball.
Oh, he was miserable.
Did you make baby videos of yourself?
He
I tried.
Day.
I worked at it and tried it. I'm not giving up. I just haven't gotten it where I want it. But God, it's going to be so funny if I do. I was trying to use a past video of Zoe and turn it into the baby video, and I could not figure out how to get it just right, but I will. So, Anita, I promise I'm not giving up on that because that's something Zoe and I really want to do. So we've been sending those things to each other for 2 weeks. I have to say that Jason's then and now video of Cog Hill got me teary. So cool to see the old pics. Now we watch y'all grow and prosper too. I really hope to be able to do one of those before and after videos one day. We could probably do one right now if we had old footage.
Yeah.
Because it's a huge difference.
I think once we
weren't videoing back then though.
No, but I think once we start burning off those woods and start opening all that up and utilizing it, it's gonna really make a difference. It will.
But I wish that we had videoed some when we first got there.
Yeah.
All the clearing and cutting. That the pasture was just overgrown briars and brambles and brush, and it wasn't a pasture.
No. We've run pigs.
We've managed to turn it into a pasture with pigs and birds and lots of cutting and clearing and
burning.
I wish we had some of that from the beginning. I really do. But we weren't videoing squat back then.
Oh, it's a leak. I hear it.
No, that's chance. Prayers for a friend of mine that was diagnosed with thyroid cancer and had surgery this morning. Surgery was 6 hours. They took out a lot of lymph nodes. I hate that word.
Lymph nodes?
No. The C word.
Oh.
You just keep hearing it over and over and over, and it's terrible. So many people deal with it. You were saying things I didn't know. Well said, Zoe. Diana said that's close to bibbity bobbity boo.
It is kind of.
Yes, Christy. He was worn out. Darn, I was going to ask for some new. I can't say that word. It'll talk him up like Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
I'm eating a piece of Oreo bread pudding. Why don't you make one of those? Whatever that is, it sounds like I need it.
It sounds delicious.
No, it sounds like I want it. I don't need it.
We don't need any of that.
Believe me, I don't need it, but it sure does sound like I want it. Please say a prayer for my sister Cheryl. She had brain surgery yesterday. She's not feeling very good. I can imagine that would take a little while to recover and feel better from. Zoe, do you milk your goats? You have so many.
We have so many.
Zoe says that all the time.
I say it every day.
We have so many goats. We are going to downsize the number of goats before long.
A good number to me is like 10. That's like if you ask me my ideal number, I would say like 5, 6, 8.
Zoe, if it was up to you, we wouldn't have any animals.
I would.
No,
but
we'd
not
have
all them goats. I really would like to keep the ones that I have a good attachment to.
So,
like they're not mean or anything. They're just not personal. They're just goats.
Yeah. The goal was to build the herd to milk them, but once you do that, we have to have the facility to milk, the equipment, the setup for it.
Mm-hmm.
So the setup's not there, so they're not being milked yet. We're working on coloring.
Excuse me.
You've yawned like half a dozen times. I don't even worry about it no more.
We've got some real pretty colors.
We've got real pretty colors, and that's what I like. I just visually, the milk's not going to be any different. It's just visually, I like the look of the colors of goats we have, and that's something that we've worked on, but
I'm
not milking yet.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of just a black goat. And it just happens to be that the black goats, other than Gypsy, are just not personable. So
Kenny's personable. You just don't like him.
You know,
he smells like goat.
Say he's not a bad buck. We don't have.
He don't. He's not.
We've had one now that he was mean.
He was.
He'd run up and ram me in my leg. And there's too many nice bucks out there to have a mean buck.
We don't have any that bother you now. Kenny is the most personable one, but it's time for Kenny to go.
Rotate out, yeah.
So Kenny will be finding a new farm eventually. Bama and Banjo are just fine. They don't do anything to you. What was that goat's name?
It was Gypsy and Jingle. No. It was Belle.
That was before all them.
Gypsy.
We had Johnny, Gypsy, and that buck that we got all at one time. Why can I not think of his name? God. Anyway, he was mean, and he hated Zoe, and that was when she was still on the farm every day, and he hated her.
Oliver.
God, Oliver hated you.
Every day he hated me, and I was with him every day.
Expect a nasty letter from Disney for using the version. Oh, yeah, probably. We need another live one day with you guys and the walkers.
We do. We might work that out now that summertime's here.
You might be able to. Because she needs TJ. What? Make what I'm wanting. Oh, because you need to make what she's wanting first. I got stuff here. All I need is a recipe and for you to make. What's she want?
We got a concoction.
Oh, well, I won't even ask then. I just ate me a big old plum. I ate a plum on the way home yesterday.
Do any of y'all eat green plums? I got some green plums, and Nick don't like them.
Nobody sure do like them purple ones.
Mm-hmm. I bet the kids ate them up.
Catherine, not too far from your house. Well, stopped at Nights. Zoe looked on Facebook to see if they had plums, and we stopped on the way home from the farm, and I ate one on the way home driving.
So good. I love plums, but I like green plums because they make my cheeks do like that.
Tony planned to make a strawberry banana pudding this weekend with blueberries on top to be festive and holiday spirit for Memorial Day.
That sounds good.
Loma could also use prayers, having health issues. Just found out I have degenerative disc disease. It's causing issues, and my migraines have been horrible. We will sure do that too, Miss Loma.
Mm-hmm.
I am a fan of some goat cheeses, but hubby is not.
I like all cheese.
Let me tell you, Tony, if you like goat cheeses, I missed out on it. And I don't think I've even looked for it since. I don't know if I forget or what. Do you remember the first year at the Okie when we tried that sun-dried tomato and basil goat cheese, and I went back and they were sold out?
I didn't see any this year.
And I still haven't bought any. Mm-hmm. That was our first year of the Okie. They had all kinds of goat cheese over there, and she had some samples cut up. And it was sun-dried tomato and basil. And when I tried that, I said, I'll be back. Mm-hmm. Because we were trying to make a round. We were trying to make a video. We were so very new at it then and trying to get everything on video, because my goal that first year was to be the first one to get an expo video out. I was in a hurry.
Yeah.
Because we were so terribly small. Right. I was like, I want to be the first one to get an Okie Homesteading Expo video out.
Right.
So we were concentrating on video, and then I did not get my cheese. And it was so good.
Sorry.
I don't think I've even looked for it since then. I forget. Nick, Zoe, McKenzie, y'all did a great job on the fence posts. Looks good. I don't know what the finger thing. I think that's one of those symbols. Is that what it was? It's one of the symbols. I don't ever know what they're.
Or it's this.
Wonder where Ed Kirkpatrick is tonight. Oh, Ed might be fishing. Trouble is, once they breed and have girl babies, they have to go. Yeah, the girl babies would have to be sold, but then we would be especially picky on where they went.
They went, yes.
Because once I have them separated, I can put girl babies with Cinco all I want and just not put the bull back in there until I know.
Make a breeding pen.
That's right. We just won't have the bull back in there until that daughter is not in there. How are the baby chicks? How many did you wind up with after all hatching?
6.
It was just the original 6.
The original. We none of the others were even fertilized. They didn't even try to develop.
Each goat has a different personality, good days and bad days, just like humans.
But some of them, they just don't have personality.
But Oliver was mean every day. All he had was bad days. He just hated Zoe.
I wouldn't let Rhett go in there without us.
He didn't knock him up, but Rhett was only like 2.
I know, but we would always walk between them so he wouldn't get to it. But he ran beside my leg all the time.
Janet said the hour's going by quickly.
It is.
Yellow plums. A lady I know broke her legs when a goat rammed her up against a feed bump. I could see that.
Done that to me.
Billies have a special kind of stink, not at all a pleasant one. They're also part Houdini escape artists. Oliver did not even try to be sneaky. He would just get his horns tangled up in the fence and tear it up.
Yeah.
That's when we were using the portable goat fencing, and we had no trouble with any of the goats getting out until Oliver decided that he was just going to get his horns hung up every day and tear it down.
Every day. And
then we would have to hold him down and untangle the fence out around his home every day.
Lay down on this stinky goat.
Yeah. One of us would have to hold him down, and the other one would work on getting it out from around his horns, and he hated every minute of it and hated Zoe, and he was just bad.
He was miserable, wasn't he? He just had a terrible life.
He has got it made now because he is on a place of all bucks. Right. I never knew there was such a place, but there is a guy in North Alabama where we got Holly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was actually a trade for Holly. We took Oliver and Bucky and traded for Holly, and this guy only wanted male goats, all bucks. He had no babies, all bucks. Let them fight as they wanted to, whatever. But they strictly cleared land, and that's all he wanted was bucks because he didn't want babies.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And we were like,
that works.
Deal.
Yep.
And they had Pyrenees puppies. That's where we got Holly. Blueberry goat cheese is good.
Jennifer said her plum's supposed to be green. Her cheeks are crying.
No, they're supposed to be purple. Zoe eats them green, and they're terrible. Ugh. It'll draw your whole face up. It makes for Zoe doing a good kissy face.
You're supposed to put a little salt on them and sweetens them up.
My favorite fruit are nectarines. We have an orchard of them just down the road. Second favorite, Satsuma plums. They're dark purple. Well, the plums I'm talking about are dark purple, but around here, Satsuma's orange. One of my dad and stepmom's neighbors grow Satsumas. Woke up early to a rabbit under my bed.
She has a rabbit that keeps coming in her house.
How is the rabbit getting her house? Honey brought me a big gift. Yeah. Now people want to know how that happened. That cheese sounds great. How Farm close by it sells cheese. I will definitely ask about that flavor. It was awesome. The cat brought it in through the pet door. But the ruckus. That's a good way for Tony to wake up, ain't it?
stinking stanker Nubians, and we only have pygmies.
We have Nigerian dwarfs. Some are part pygmy.
Yeah.
We have a couple that have pygmy in them, but most are Nigerian dwarfs.
Yeah, except for Gypsy, who is half Nubian.
She's half
Nigerian. Mm-hmm. I like Nubians. I like the size of them.
There it is. I knew there would be one. Nick, will y'all please keep my cousin and his family in your prayers? They lost their home in the tornado yesterday in Killingsworth Cove in Gurley. That's up North Alabama. I knew we would end up knowing somebody that had a connection because there was it wasn't wiped out like some of those towns in Kentucky, but there was some pretty good damage up there.
Yeah.
Where's
them green plums? Look in the refrigerator.
Dean said, did I get here in time for the food talk? Dean, you got here in time for Zoe to talk about nasty green plums. That's about the extent of it.
Yeah.
I want to talk about meatloaf.
So, show them first.
Mine. I'm kidding. That's my kind of plum.
Now, these are a little more colored.
No.
But they're a little bitty tiny. And you put a little bit of salt on them and they'll be.
Dean wants to talk about meatloaf. Why you got to eat a plum? We got like 3 minutes left.
Oh, shit.
It's the same color on the inside as the outside. And it's tart.
Here.
I actually agreed to try one yesterday just so I could confirm that I didn't like them.
Go in there. I don't want to hear you crunching. Go all the way.
Dean started his vacation tonight. Mr. Jim said I had a strawberry milkshake once that was made from goat's milk and it was delicious. Goat cheese on pizza. I admit I was a little hesitant at first, but glad I sampled it.
That sounds really good.
Somebody told me one time at the Okie that I think it was Nigerian dwarfs, something about the butter fat content or something, that the milk would taste like a melted vanilla milkshake.
Mm-hmm. If it was
good. If you could tell they were on a good diet if it tasted like a melted milkshake, which could be tainted if they got into raw onions and things like that. That's what they were describing to me as. I don't know.
A bandicoot? What is a bandicoot?
That's one of them Tasmania things. You'll have to Google that because I don't know what a bandicoot is. Hey, ain't that one of the video game characters? Ain't that a bandicoot?
Looks like.
I don't know what it is. Tanya's bunny's a escape artist. Came home from work. We're hopping around.
That's why we had to rehome one we had, because she kept getting out and be roaming around the house, tearing up the carpet.
My mom was on a bus full of kids when the tornado that hit St. Louis last Friday.
Okay.
I did see that one too. Becky's husband eats them like that. No, Tina. She said, my mouth is watering. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad. Brenda's asking for baby goose. I'm trying to get through the end of the comments before we have to get off here. Said the bus was having trouble steering because of the wind. Dean's not going to get up till noon tomorrow.
That sounds nice.
I have a video of the bandicoot running up the passage and jumping at the bedroom door. And then I caught it and took it outside.
I wonder if it's like a squirrel.
I don't know. We got to look it up. We're going to have to Google.
A bandicoot.
What's the video character that's a bandicoot?
Bandicoot?
Yeah, but there's a name.
Crash.
Oh, Crash. Okay. All right, you ready to wrap up?
Yes.
I got through all the comments. I didn't leave anybody hanging. If I skipped anybody, y'all please forgive me because I didn't mean to. when do you plan to put out another video on the farm? I keep looking for a new one. Never know when you post. We post every Tuesday and Saturday. So we just had
Yesterday.
a video yesterday, Lisa. We put out one yesterday.
Yep. Another one Saturday afternoon.
And we'll put out one Saturday afternoon, and we'll be back live Sunday.
Yep.
We hope, if this weather will hold.
All right, guys. Well, we'll see y'all Saturday. Bye.